Hey there, my fellow glitch in the Matrix. Now, I hope you're ready to brace yourself, because we are about to dive into a very controversial topic. It's the controversial realm of dietary beliefs. So first, we'll start dissecting the so-called health guide that we've all known since our childhood, the food pyramid. Now, this pyramid might look harmless at first, filled with a colorful array of foods that are supposed to guide us to a healthy diet. But here's the thing, it's more like a roadmap to mediocrity rather than a guide to an elite physique. You see, the school system has indoctrinated us to believe that the food pyramid is like a one-size-fits-all master key that's supposed to help all of us in our nutrition and health. But here's the twist, we're not all the same. And just like a single key can't unlock every door, this oversimplified approach to nutrition just won't cater to everybody's unique needs. Our age, our gender, our activity levels, as well as our specific health conditions. You see, all these factors, well, they play a huge role in our nutritional requirements. But the food pyramid doesn't account for all these differences. This is where the problem begins. Now, let's zero in on grains because it's the foundation of this dumb triangle. You see, this infamous pyramid, well, it advises us to consume anywhere from 6 to 11 servings per day. And that, my friend, is a colossal amount, especially when recent research points out that a diet with heavy grains, particularly refined ones loaded with gluten, well, they can give you inflammation, obesity, and insulin resistance. And that, my friend, is not a recipe for a peak physique. And here's another thing. The pyramid also neglects to recommend certain essential nutrients like vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and collagen. And all of these are essential building blocks for our health. Instead, it's obsessed with carbohydrates, pushing it down everybody's throats. But guess what, my fellow glitch? There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. Now, on the other hand, proteins and fats, well, they're crucial for our bodies. But the pyramid doesn't stress their importance enough. So by now you're probably asking yourself, why does the food pyramid spread such misleading advice? Well, the answer is rather straightforward. It's the food industry. You see, these dirty corporations have vested interest in our eating habits. They fund research and they lobby, pulling all kinds of strings behind the scenes to skew our dietary recommendations. So, let's take grains for instance. The golden goose of the food industry, easily mass-produced, storable for long periods of time, and transformable into a plethora of products at a very cheap cost. So here's the hard truth. The food pyramid is more about fattening corporate wallets than taking care of your health. So keep staying tuned, my fellow glitch, as we continue to expose and debunk other dietary myths in our quest to unlock your ultimate form. My fellow glitch, it's time that we dive into another common dietary myth. It's the idea that we should all be eating 5 to 6 meals every day. You see, this idea is very popular, especially amongst bodybuilders. But unless you're a heavily muscled bodybuilder on steroid cycles competing to win, then this eating pattern doesn't make any sense, especially for busy entrepreneurs like ourselves. Now, I want you to use your imagination and pretend that your body is an email inbox. Imagine getting a bunch of small, insignificant emails every couple of hours, compared to a very few important ones throughout the day. Now, with these small, frequent emails, you would be constantly distracted and never truly able to focus. And that is what small, frequent meals do to our bodies. It's like our bodies are constantly trying to digest these mini meals, which can lead to feeling bloated and super uncomfortable. Oh yeah, and let's not forget that preparing 5 to 6 meals a day is like having another full-time job. You see, our time is precious, and spending tons of hours every day prepping food isn't the best use of it. And the most important part is that eating this often can actually mess up with our natural hunger cues. It makes it harder for us to truly listen to our bodies and understand when we're actually hungry. So I say let's forget about these bodybuilding magazines and the myths of eating 5 to 6 meals every day. Instead, let's focus on a more simple, a more effective approach. Eating when we're genuinely hungry, as well as choosing high-quality, nutrient-dense foods and not having to worry if we can fit 6 or 7 meals a day. Because remember this, my fellow glitch, we're biohackers, and it's all about creating a healthy lifestyle that works for us, not forcing ourselves into some strict eating schedule. So, stay tuned as we tackle the next dietary myth. All right, my fellow glitch, it's time for us to dismantle the third dietary myth. It's the idea that all calories are equal. Now, this myth is quite persistent, but it's about as accurate as saying that all smartphone apps are the same. Now, I want you to picture 2 apps on your phone. They each take up the same amount of space, and I want you to think of this storage space as your calorie content. So we have the first app, which is a high-performing powerhouse. It's sleek, it's intuitive, loaded with a bunch of useful features, and it improves your productivity. You see, this app is like nutrient-dense foods that doesn't just give us energy, but gives us essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. On the other hand, the second app, well, it's complete garbage. It's filled with unnecessary features, it slows down your phone, and it keeps interrupting you with a bunch of pop-up ads. And this second app represents junk food, which gives you nothing but empty calories and a fat belly. Complete trash that just takes up a bunch of space. You see, my fellow glitch, your body, just like your smartphone, well, it interacts with different apps and different foods in different ways. Protein, for instance, it's like a resource-intensive app that makes your phone work really hard, burning more battery in the process. Protein burns more calories during digestion and absorption in comparison to fat and carbs. So, choosing protein foods, well, it can rev up your metabolism and support a bunch of weight loss. But there's more. Certain apps or foods influence how well your phone or body functions. Foods that are packed with fiber and protein as well as healthy fat, well, they keep you full and satisfied. Very much like a well-designed app keeps you engaged and content. On the flip side, foods that are loaded with sugar and refined carbohydrates, well, they cause your insulin levels to spike, leading to increased hunger and cravings. Just like a poorly designed app rapidly absorbs your battery. So my fellow glitch, consider your food choices as if you were selecting apps for your life's smartphone. Do you want high-performing, feature-packed apps that elevate your life? Or are you going to settle for the irritating, energy-draining apps? And this decision, my friend, is yours.